Hello everyone, I greet in the name of God Almighty. My name is Apostle Silas, and today we have a very interesting video to react to. I believe that it's gonna be a very educative video, so I decided to share this with you for some of us to understand our purpose, and our purpose not just here on earth in general, but then we just look at the purpose of God in our life. I believe that this is going to be a very interesting one and something that will educate us. So if today happens to be the first time of you checking out my channel, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on my Facebook and Instagram. And if you have any video you want me to react to, don't forget to drop it at the comment section and I'm going to check it out. So guys, before we get on to the video, I'm a theologian and I make this video not to discredit anyone's religion. This is basically for educational purposes, and I believe that at the end of this video we all are going to learn from this. So guys, without any further ado, let's get on to this video and check this out.
At first blush, it would seem that we are indeed a speck of dust of no particular cosmic significance. But before we start making conclusions, let's step back and consider what we have in front of us. Consider the improbability of not only finding ourselves in this universe, but the formation of such a universe that would have us in the first place. From all we know, the universe came to be about 13.8 billion years ago in a massive expansion, which we call the Big Bang. It could have expanded too fast, such that no structures such as galaxies, stars, or even atoms could have formed. It could have expanded too slow, such that it would have recollapsed into a singularity. Theoretical point, a kind of rip in space-time with infinite mass density from where it came. But that's not what happened. The universe expanded at such a rate that it allowed the expansion to continue at a slow enough rate for atoms and structures to form. And 13.8 billion years later, we see the results that we see today. Roughly 200 million years after the Big Bang, the first stars formed. These were relatively massive, highly luminous, and fast-burning stars made almost purely of hydrogen and helium. After only a few hundred million years, they burned out and exploded in supernovae explosions. In doing so, they seeded the universe with heavier elements such as carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and sulfur, which had formed in the core of these early stars, but were expelled into space upon their explosions. The remnants of these explosions formed nebulae. The nebulae were enriched by many such previously exploded stars. These became nurseries for younger stars, which formed from the remnants of earlier ones. One of these newly formed stars, having been enriched by prior explosions, was our own. Our own sun probably formed from such a nebula. The heavier remnants that were not consumed by the central mass resulting in the sun became part of the leftover debris that over time formed the planets around the sun. There were sufficient quantities of heavy elements that could form several rocky planets. And one such rocky planet was at a distance from its star that temperatures allowed water, perhaps the universe's best solvent, a universal solvent, to exist in liquid form, making it conducive for molecules to interact with each other. These were conditions that could lead to formation of complex chemicals. Several sets of these complex chemicals, particularly ones based on carbon, which happens to be a very versatile atom, capable of forming bonds with several other atoms, allowed the kind of chemical interactions that resulted in complex molecules. And somehow, through a process we don't completely understand yet, these molecules came together to form a simple self-replicating molecule or protocell. These cells, over vast time frames of hundreds of millions of years, through a process of chemical and eventually biological evolution, resulted in ever more complex life forms driven by natural selection and influenced by the environment. And after billions of years of evolution, resulted in the highly sophisticated life forms we see today. Earth is not solely responsible for harboring such biodiversity. It had celestial help in reaching this stage. Had our solar system not been blessed with a giant planet in its outer reaches like Jupiter, which acted as a vacuum cleaner, ridding the solar system of perhaps millions and billions of small asteroids and other debris, life may not have formed on Earth because of the constant bombardment of this debris. Similarly, had a Mars-sized protoplanet called Theia not collided with Earth about 4 billion years ago, resulting in the formation of our moon, which stabilized Earth's orbit, which gives us predictable seasons, life as we know it may have been completely different or non-existent. Change the circumstances of Earth's early history and we would not be here. Change the distance of the Earth from the Sun, or the placement of the heavier planets in the solar system. Change the Sun slightly, warmer or colder than it is, and we would not be here. Alter the trajectory of one large asteroid which killed our early mammalian ancestors' main competitor, the dinosaurs. Alter the climate change a couple of million years ago on one of the continents called Africa, which led to tree-dwelling apes having to adapt to life on the African plains instead, and humans may never have evolved. Alter the process of natural selection that resulted in highly dexterous hands, or the change in diet, or other biological and environmental forces that resulted in larger brains, and we humans would not be the superintelligent, highly curious, innovative, resourceful creatures that we are today. And all these details don't take into account the fact that the laws of physics and the constants of the universe are such that allow for atoms and large structures to form and chemistry to take place that sets the stage of life to exist in the first place. Any way you look at it, we have won the cosmic lottery. We have been given a royal flush. Now, you may complain, you may not be happy. That's understandable, given the level of misery that exists in our world. It is not perfect nor the best it could have been for our existence, but the fact that we exist, even though it may only be for a moment, is probably nothing short of improbable. No matter how closely we look, so far we have not been able to answer the question of what existed before the Big Bang. This may not even be a good question because time itself is thought to have come from the Big Bang. Stephen Hawking said, it's like asking the question, what is north of the North Pole? There's nothing further north. Similarly, there may not be a before the Big Bang. Given that there are hundreds of billions of stars in the galaxy and hundreds of billions of galaxies in the universe, are we presumptuous to assume that ours is the one and only universe? Might there be hundreds of billions of other universes with slightly different constants, slightly different quantum fluctuations at the moment of inflation that resulted in completely different universes? There's no evidence and no consensus among scientists, but it feels to me a bit conceited, given the vastness of what we can see, that we should default to the idea of our universe being the only one. Might this be a mistake like our many mistakes of past presumptions, where we thought the Earth was unique, or the Sun, or the galaxy was the entire universe? What about the uniqueness of life? Exoplanet data appears to indicate that most stars have planets orbiting them. If true, there are quadrillions of planets that likely exist. It's highly unlikely that we are the only planet that harbors life. However, highly intelligent life is likely much more rare. We have seen no evidence that intelligent life like ours exists elsewhere in the universe. You might say, well, given the quadrillions of stars in the universe, surely there has to be plenty of other intelligent life. It is possible, but no such evidence exists. Given the improbability of intelligent life on our own planet, it is possible that the odds against a replication of such a combination of fortuitous events could be in the hundreds of billions or even trillions. And if that's the case, it's not inconceivable that we may be the only intelligent life in the Milky Way galaxy. And other intelligent creatures may be millions of light years away, nowhere near us, perhaps so far that we never learn about them. We've not even detected simple life on any other planets in our own solar system, let alone exoplanets. Enrico Fermi asked the question, where are they? If intelligent life forms are common, some would have evolved millions of years ago, or even billions of years ago. If we go by the exponential progress of technology we've seen on our planet, is it illogical to think that at least some of these ancient intelligent aliens should have evolved the capacity to detect us, communicate with us, or even visit us? This is not a particularly strong argument, but it does highlight a point, and that is that while we may not be unique.
Wow, that's a very interesting video, learning about our purpose, of course, in this very video. This video is to make us to understand, you understand, that our purpose is actually in God and not about some of the things, you understand, that we see here on this very earth, because people have put, you understand, their trust, you understand, in material things. and then it always, you understand, fails. Some even put, you understand, their purpose and everything, you understand, on humans, and then once those humans or that person, you understand, is taken away, you understand, from you, and then at that point in time, people feels like, what is the aim of living? And then at that point in time, they just even want to just take away, you understand, their life, whereas, you understand, that is not supposed to be their purpose. Okay, let me try to break this down, you understand, a little bit. Some people could be like, I have a boyfriend or I have a husband, right? And this is what the husband is doing, and I'm trying to align my purpose, okay, with him, that's as a woman. And then if something should happen, you understand, at the course of the marriage, and then there is a divorce, then at that point in time, it's gonna hurt, you understand, the woman. Why? Because she totally, you understand, put her purpose, you understand, and everything on him. And then since, you understand, it's not working out, and then at that point in time, she just feels like, you understand, her life is being taken away. And that's why, you understand, the religious books, you understand, and the Bible have been saying that what, that we should trust in God. There is no any verse in the Bible that says that what, trust, you understand, man, or trust, you understand, anyone or anything, you understand, created here on this very earth. No. But we are supposed to trust in God, because that's the only person that will not fail us, which I believe that this is also applicable, you understand, in the Quran. What you're supposed to put your purpose is actually on God and not on human or any other creation, because when you do so, you are going to get your heart, you understand, broken. Many ladies have put, you understand, their heart, their purpose and their trust on men, and then at the end of the day, they got their heart, you understand, broken. Likewise, you understand, also men, they see themselves, you understand, with some certain women, and then when it fails, and then therefore it breaks them down. Some also put, you understand, their purpose and everything on their job or on money, and then when it is not works out or things didn't go as they plan, and then therefore it makes them feel depressed. And then some people who may not be able to handle it well end up committing suicide, and then take away, you understand, their life. So many people, you understand, have done this, you understand, in the past, and they end up, you understand, getting their life, you understand, destroyed. That is why we are encouraging one another to put our purpose on God, for God has sent us here on this very earth, and he has given us a responsibilities, and it has been expected for us, you understand, to do what he has asked us to do, which is our primary purpose, you understand, of being here on this very earth. Let's not be carried away by what is happening here, so that we should not end up losing our life, losing our purpose, and also lose eternity. A very interesting video, and I hope that we must have learned few things, you understand, at the course of this video. So this is the end of my video. If you like my reaction, you should like, share and subscribe. And if you have any video you want me to react to, don't forget to drop it at the comment section, and I'm going to check it out. So guys, you remain blessed, and I see you in my next video. Bye bye.